All right, guys, here we are. We're working on the Acura and looking at installing a turbo. Right now, we're installing a timing belt. It looks like it's probably been changed, but it's probably worthwhile. Go ahead and change it again. $60 piece of mind. Change that, the water pump, everything's good to go since we're going to be throwing some power at it. And then we're going to put in the small radiator also. So there's Greg. Say hi, Greg.
Hey, people.
There he is. You've seen him before if you've been following the videos. So right now we're just trying to tear down to everything. So we'll show you what that looks like. There you go, just tearing apart everything, trying to get off the power steering pump right now. Get everything out of the way so we can get down to it, but it doesn't look like it'll be too bad. Alright guys, we got stuff moved out of the way, and we're down to trying to break the crankshaft bolt loose and get that underdrive pulley system off there. Alright guys, this is up under the motor. Here's the underdrive pulley system, and this is the bolt we've got resting against the oil pan right here, going through the underdrive pulley. And now we're going to try to break this thing loose with a nice big breaker bar. So go ahead, Greg, let's see what we can break.
Try not to pull my hemorrhoids.
I might have to edit that out now. Can't be saying stuff like that. YouTube will take away our monetization. Ooh, it's turning, dude. Ooh, that didn't, yeah, that's not working.
Okay.
Because the bolt just went.
The bolt just went what?
Cattywampus.
Seriously? Hurry up. Nick, put it out.
Told you. Hey, it is working though. You know, if you think about it. This is actually working. Dude, this is
We're
some
about
good.
to start it back up again.
Woo! It is still burning.
All right, guys. It's been about 3 days of us trying to get this crank bolt off, and we've tried all different kind of things. And we ended up trying a cordless impact, and then we tried this beast, a corded one. And now we moved on to this beast, the Central Pneumatic Earthquake, and it's an absolute beast. Had 135 pounds, put it on there, boom, and it was gone. So finally got the crank bolt off. So we just drained the radiator. So the radiator drained down, and now we've marked the cam gears here just to mark it there and here, and then we have it zip tied together so these don't move. And then we've got the stock markings that says up on these directly across from each other. And then the crank, I have it marked. It's gonna be really hard to see, but I've got it marked just right on the bottom of the crank pulley there on the gear, so on the cog, whatever. So anyways, working on that now. So we're about to cut the belt, pull it out of there, and then slide the new belt on and see how that works. The belt is off and the inside cover is off, and this time I didn't try to burn it off, so that's probably good. And now we're gonna work on the water pump and then work on the tensioner, then we can go back and throw the other one back on. So here's all of our random stuff and an unfortunate accident where we set it on fire. The water pump is off, and this bracket right here, the support bracket, actually bolts through it. So you have to actually end up loosening it up and almost taking it off. But there's where the water pump goes, and here are the water pumps. The one on the right is obviously the new one. Look how much bigger that impeller is than the stock one, how much beefier it is than the stock Honda one. All right, so the radiator is removed all the way. We got lots more room here now. And I'm gonna put in a half radiator here, and then looks like the AC is probably gonna have to come out to fit a turbo in there. It's kind of hoping I was gonna have to, but probably will. So anyways, it doesn't work, but I probably gotta get it going. We've also got the fan on now. Fan is mounted on the radiator. It's good to go. So we'll be getting it installed. I wanted to do this first because I want to make sure the car is going to fill up with water and that the new water pump is not going to leak before I go putting a belt back on it in the way. So, whew, man, this radiator has been a beast. But it is in there. You got to get one more hose clamp. The regular one, the clip-on ones won't work because this is a Del Sol radiator, Civic or whatever. But these are like 1-inch hoses from the factory for this engine. Obviously, this is for like the D16 single or B16 or whatever. And they're 1 1/4, so it took forever to get these things stretched out enough to go on here. And hopefully they're gonna be good. Whew. But it looks pretty good in there though. You got all the AC stuff, got plenty of room here for the turbo. So throw some water in here and get the hose clamp and then finish that thing up. And should be ready to fire back up and at least get it to the lift so we can start doing the turbo kit. All right, the timing belt is on, the new tensioner is on down here, and spring hooks up, belt's on, water pump's on. And what I did is I marked, it's kind of hard to see because I used a Sharpie, but I marked, well, there you go, marked it on the cam and on the original belt, and then counted the number of teeth on the original belt and transferred it onto this one, and then made a mark down the bottom. And it looks like that actually worked. It was about a half a tooth off, so it had stretched, moved just a little bit, so I had to move one back just a little bit, but I think that's gonna work. All right, guys, tightened up the pulley on there a little bit and turned the motor over more than 4 times to try to make sure nothing was gonna interfere, because in this motor, you had pop-up pistons and everything from the factory, so it's actually a high compression motor. The radiator, got some water in there. So I'm gonna try to crank it. So we'll see how it goes, just to make sure you know it's the motor. So let's try it, I guess. I mean, all we can do is ram valves into pistons at this point. So, get my keys out of my pocket here. I'll try this thing out. There you go. All right. Let's see what happens. There we go. It's fired up. It's running. And nothing is blowing out except for water. So, there we go. Awesome. The motor still runs, which means I've done a good job for now. Awesome. Awesome. That is good to see. Good to see. Everything seems to be running smoothly. Actually seems to run even smoother than it did before. There's the belt there. Probably because that belt was stretched out, so now it's actually doing like it should. Awesome.